This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF and Zatavo soybeans, transforming the approach to soybean seed decision-making with trailblazing innovation and quality without compromise. I'm Ty Higgins. The Local Connection Ag County Fair Tour continues next week with stops in Champaign County on Monday and Attica on Tuesday. Join us for the midday broadcast as Local Connection Ag makes a check presentation to both junior fair boards. And we're broadcasting from the Ohio Agribusiness Association Golfing for Scholarships event in Sydney on Wednesday. Visit oaba.net for all the information. Today takes us to the Ohio State Fair. The next 3 days jam-packed with grand drives. We're going to find out the Grand Champion and Reserve Barrow, Boar Goat, and Steers this weekend. Levi Richards is with Kalmbach Feeds. He's their program director for Formula of Champions.
You know, I think about it, and a lot of these kids' entire summer revolve around these 3 days. So what an exciting time to be in Columbus and be here. And we're in a new building here for the GOAT program, so it's kind of exciting for everyone.
Yeah, so we're in the sheep building for the GOAT show this year, and that requires some adjustments and some changes. But
it does.
Not just the scenery changing, but the goats may look a little different as well.
Well, you know, we were talking about that earlier. So because we had somewhat of a cooler early summer, and the GOAT show is, 2 to 3 weeks later than what it typically is, because we moved them now right into the end of the state fair for where it used to be before it even started. The goats had more time on feed, and because of the cooler summer, I think they converted a little more and ate a little better, and they're probably, 5 pounds heavier than what they used to be. So it changes things a little bit. It does.
You know, we've seen competitive shows already at the state fair when it comes to the chickens and the turkeys, and of course we got the sheep show on day one. The competitiveness of the state fair has been unmatched this year, and it's going to continue here over the next 3 days.
Yes, so I heard that this is the 24th year that boar goats have been at Ohio State Fair. Heard that yesterday. So next year will be the big year. It's the Big 25. But it has got so competitive, and I remember coming probably 10 years ago was the first time I came and watched the market weather show here for the goats, and it was a good show. Don't get me wrong. Today, the number of high-level players here is unbelievable. It is a really, really good show.
Why is that? Because, we all see the beef and the pork and the chicken in our supermarket, and there might be a small little goat section. So in the general public, goat's not really a product that we're used to or familiar with. But why is the show aspect so big?
I'm going to tell you the goats are the newest species in the industry. They're still very new. They're still evolving very quickly. And I'm going to call it the cool kids club of the species. It is because there's so many people coming from cattle, coming from sheep, coming from pigs as something new, different, just to try something on the side. And then I'll tell you what, they're probably the most addicting species, and I can tell you that myself because we started as a cattle family who also showed sheep, and now we're kind of a goat breeding family that also shows sheep and maybe some cattle on the side. It's funny how things change.
So when it comes to Formula of Champions, you feed them all, right?
We feed every species. We've got feed within Kalmbach Feeds for every species imaginable, okay? Now, we've had a really good run with the goats here in the last couple years. If you notice, we sponsored all the exhibitor t-shirts here. On the backs of those are 4 goats. Those are 4 of the top 10 goats that we fed here at Ohio State Fair last year. The outline of those goats is on the back of the t-shirt this year. So I thought that was really cool. But yes, we've had a lot of luck and been very fortunate to be a part of success for a lot of these families.
Make sure and follow along with all of these grand drives, because we're going to be feeding you the results first, thanks to Kalmbach Feeds and Levi Richards, program director for their Formula of Champions. Thanks for taking time for us, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much. Yep, thank you.
Here's the forecast brought to you by Seed Genetics Direct, the #1 fastest growing and largest Ohio-based independent seed company. Here's Ryan Martin.
The lingering moisture tomorrow as well. Hit and miss the scattered showers. So I think over the next couple of days, we can easily pick up another 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of precipitation. Don't see much happening on Sunday and early Monday, but then we see showers and storms back for Monday, midday, and afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms the rest of next week as well. Every day we've got a chance of moisture in the state. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. Markets next on the Ohio AgNet.
What's better than getting the trusted farm news you count on from Ohio's Country Journal? Having a chance to win a brand new Arctic Ultra Tough cooler. The Ohio's Country Journal sweepstakes are back. Subscribe or renew your subscription today, and you'll be entered for a chance to win one of 2 45-quart Arctic Ultra Tough coolers. Just visit ocj.com/renew for official rules and to complete your subscription or renewal for your chance to win. Ohio's Country Journal, your source for Ohio farm news.
Welcome back to the Ohio AgNet. I'm Ty Higgins, and today's market analysis is brought to you by Louis Dreyfus Company in Upper Sandusky. Opening to receive soybeans starting September 1. Ohio farmers plan to get your RFID tag the week of August 24th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, call 419-731-7100. Corn export commitments are up 23% from a year ago. That's ahead of USDA's estimated pace at a time when USDA's estimate of corn U.S. ending stocks is 39% larger than the previous 5-year average. China's overall trade with the U.S. jumped 15% in July. Specifically, soybean sales took a sharp turn higher. Despite strong demand the last few months, the 2025-26 soybean exports are still on track to be the worst since 2012-2013. Things are looking higher at midday. Corn for September up by 2 1/4 at $4.41 1/4. December 4.63 3/4 up by a penny and 3/4. Soybeans for August up a half cent at 11.57 3/4. November 11.79 a bushel up 1 1/4, and September wheat 9 cents higher at 6.40 1/4. August live cattle up 57 at 231.80. September feeders 344.22 up 265, and August lean hogs down 20 cents at 95.30. I'm Ty Higgins on the Ohio AgNet.